Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to the survival world here. I'll quickly catch you up on last episode if you did miss it. Basically, we did a lot of custom landscaping. The first thing was to transform our little pond outside the main house here, which I think turned out quite nice indeed. But then if we just hop in our boat down here and sail onwards, you can see the next thing that we come to is this overhang passageway through, which I think also turned out pretty nice. There's a little cove in there with a campfire. Nice and warm, to be honest. And then we come to our bridge design. Gotta go careful with this one that you don't smack your head as you sail on through. But then that leads us to our waterfall, which admittedly maybe not the best view from down on the ground here, but I can assure you it looks a lot better from up there. But you guys saw that last episode, I won't bother hopping on out. You can see there's a few other details all the way around on the riverbed, or river shoreline I guess I should say, and eventually leads us onto the village where we could get out, but we're not going to. We're going to continue on winding through this river here. Which eventually leads us to this area here, which is where we are going to be working today. So I actually found a skeleton spawner off camera somewhere under the ground here whilst I was mining. And I thought we could do something pretty cool up on the surface here as somewhat of a home away from home type of thing. So admittedly, I'm a little late to this trend, but a while ago there was a theme of mountain houses going around the Minecraft community, and you can probably get a pretty good idea of what I mean by that by today's thumbnail. But we already have this fairly flat cliff face here with a hole that is pretty much carved out where we can set our base up in. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do today. First things first, I should probably head back, try and get rid of this rain and gather up a few resources, and then we can get to digging. We now have this area dug out, which should be big enough for what I have in mind, but we can always expand it once we actually start building in here. So now we need to add in pretty much the main feature point of this mountain house, which is our big window. So I've got some points marked out with the cobblestone here where our corner pieces are going to go. So I think I need to do something like this on all four sides, having our inwards facing stair, not a slab. Forever confusing those two. Something a little like that, and now I need to place in these other 8, but didn't think too much about how to do that without going all the way around all over the place. Okay, so I'll have this one over here, and then I can probably jump and reach this one. Yeah, can't quite get up to the top there. Can I make this jump? And a huh! Oh no, thought I made it. Second attempt! Yes, there we go. Okay, so that one can go there, and then hop. As I was saying, the other one can go on this block here. And then for these at the bottom, we actually need to get rid of that bottom block there. Place it like that. We're after going to get rid of this stone actually, so might as well do that whilst we're thinking about it. Don't have a shovel on the hotbar. And then the last one, oh, it's getting a bit fiddly now, can go something, oh, come on, just a couple more blocks across. Oh no. Okay, it can go something like that. And then we can add in all of our strip spruce going all the way around. So I have 3 at the bottom, 3 on... Oh no, that's 4. What have I done wrong? That is exactly why I try and build on camera as little as possible. I'm just not very good at it for some reason. I can't concentrate on 2 things at once, but you can see we've got it all done now. We've got our glass in place. A bit tricky to build. Kind of glad I cut all of that out, to be honest, but you can see those 2 blocks there will not be permanent. That's just my temporary entrance for how to get in. What we'll probably set up for a permanent entrance is something on the ground level here, but that's most likely what we'll do last. For right now, this is how I'm getting in, climbing up the ladder, dropping down the trapdoor, and then doing the same for these 2, and folding them up behind me as I make my way inside. Not very practical, but it'll do for now. So what we've got to do now is actually start work on the inside, which is where things should get a little more interesting. May have forgotten to add in the final stair. Whoops, that should be looking a bit better. The only thing I'm not too big of a fan of with these mountainside houses is all of the stone, and I'm sure there would be a way around this so you didn't have to have this on show, but all of these corner blocks here are actually visible on the outside, so you can't replace them with wood. We could change up these 3 on all the 4 sides, but I feel like all stone or no stone is the 2 ways to go about this, but apart from that, I love how it looks. Anyway, I've done a bit of work on the inside here and kind of laid out the general structure of the main part of the room. So the entrance is actually going to be under these trapdoors here, but we'll do that most likely last. So we're going to have storage over here. Probably some sort of enchanting room, as the whole purpose of this is the skeleton spawner underneath, so we're going to need an enchanting room so we can make use of that. And then over here I'll probably make some sort of little bedroom, just so if I need to I can sleep away the night, which I could do with doing right now because I didn't bring a bed with me. There appears to be a Pillager Attack on the poor wandering trader and his llamas. I feel like I should defend them, although my sword is about to break in a couple of hits, so I don't know how well this is going to go. I will be sure to avoid the fellow with the banner, wherever he is. Is that you? None of you have a banner on, so you're all welcome to die. Use my bow, it's a little bit better than my bad iron sword. Come on guys, die. I don't want you making all those noises whilst I'm trying to get all of my resources together. Don't know where the last one went. Oh, they're up there, chasing the wandering trader. Run, guy, run! Run for your life. I'll kill him, but I'm not touching the other one. Okay, you can go, and you... Yeah, I'll take a bullet for you. Run, wandering trader. You've stopped. Why you stopped running? Come on. Actually, I could just get a bucket of milk, couldn't I? Yeah, yeah, we'll do that instead. And I'll get a free achievement and a banner out of this. You're very welcome, by the way. You haven't thanked me yet. You're just walking off. Plus, you could do with having some good trades. That'd be a nice way to repay me. Thank you very much. This poor guy was betrayed by his owner, which is quite sad. He just up and left him. He didn't even bother to go back and check if he was okay or even alive, but thankfully he is, so I've decided to tame him, and I'm just gonna let him free roam this world. I'm not gonna bother tying him up. He is free to do what he wants and go where he pleases. Is this too much storage? The answer is no. There is no such thing as too much storage, although this probably is too much storage because it's mainly going to consist of bones and arrows and maybe a little bit of armor, but I quite like how it looks embedded into the wall there, so we have a ton of chests and barrels to fill up if we do need to. So there's one section all done. Now we've got to do our enchanting room and small little bedroom, and I think I'm actually going to switch those two around. So instead of having the enchanting table here, we will put it over this side, and our bedroom will go over here for this reason and this reason only, really. So we have a nice view out of our window as we go to bed, and then we wake up to a gorgeous sunset, which I think is going to look really cool once this is all filled in and everything is done here. But for right now, there's trapdoors and holes all in the way, kind of ruining the view a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurts to use this expensive block purely for a quarter of it, but I think it's just gonna look a lot better than just sticking an oak stair, or an oak plank I should say, in that block there. But yeah, that's our enchanting room all done. We do get 30 levels, as you can see. We've got a barrel underneath to store some lapis or something in probably, and a stack of anvils behind here, some redstone lamps, and yeah, this is all looking pretty nice. But you may think there's something missing. How do I craft something if I want to for some reason or another? Well, that's why I've now hidden one in the ceiling, which doesn't look the best, but I don't know where else to put a crafting table. All of these items in my inventory are pretty much everything I need to decorate the bedroom, and I will do this all the time for builds that require a little bit more detail. I'll gather everything up beforehand, lay it all out in my inventory, and to me, this is super satisfying to look at. To you, it probably looks very messy and disorganized, but I can assure you, it's quite the opposite. I wonder where our llama friend has gotten off to. They could despawn, to be honest. I actually don't know, but you think once I tamed him he would stay around forever, but yeah, nowhere to be found at the moment. I'm sure he's off enjoying himself somewhere in the world. So the bedroom is all done, looking super cozy if I do say so myself. Over on the left hand side here we got a nice little fireplace with our campfire sizzling away down the bottom then, and just a few shelves nailed up to the wall here. Over in the front we have where the actual bed is located, with a nice little table next to it and the flower pot on top, as well as some barrels for extra storage. And eventually I will put some armor on this armor stand when we get some from the skeleton spawner down below, but for right now I have nothing, so he's having to stay like that for the moment in time, and then a big rug in the middle here. And over on the right hand side we got some more shelves with some random junk kind of put on there. If you need to water this flower pot, I thought I should put a ladder up here so you can actually reach the top, or maybe need to grab the lantern to go somewhere dark so you can actually access that stuff up there. And these are actually looms, which make for some great drawer designs, which I'm sure you guys have seen before now, but admittedly they're blocked by a lot of this, but you can't actually access them, so it doesn't matter at all. And some more barrels at the top. So you may notice there's a big hole underneath here, which we're going to do something with now. I thought it would be kind of cool to have my own aquarium, so I'm going to go back to the house, get some coral and whatnot, as well as making a trip out to the Warm Ocean so we can get some tropical fish to put in here. Do icebergs usually generate like this, or have I got a pretty unusual one here? I can honestly say I've never seen an iceberg looking like this, real life or in Minecraft, but yeah, this is pretty cool. You can sail right through it. You guys will have to let me know if that's actually an intended generation mechanic, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Anyway, I'm on my way to a warm ocean right now. I have arrived and immediately being killed by drowned, which is always a nice greeting, but I'm thinking I'm only going to get 3 fish. I feel like more than 3 is going to be a bit crowded. We're not working with a huge area. They have plenty more here, but a pufferfish, can they kill other fish? I don't know. I'm just going to stick with the tropical ones. I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm just going to... Oh, I would like some pretty colors though. Okay, I'm going to spend a while here and debate which ones I want to get. And also not drown in the process. Nor die from drowns, because I'm being chased here a little bit. And it's raining. This could not be any worse. I don't believe it. Pun intended a little bit there, but I'm quite shocked to see you here. We're not too far from home, only about 400 blocks, and I'm pretty sure this is the bee that started running off, or flying off, I guess I should say, in the last episode. You've come a far way, buddy. Do you want to come home yet, or are you still good? He's going on a self-exploration mission to further lands. I have no idea what he is up to. There's a thunderstorm that he's surviving, as well as all of the rain, and the giant ocean that he's just swam across. That bee is something special. So there's another one out here in the ocean. I think this might be where all of my bees have gone. I don't know what they're doing out here, but considering there's already 2 of them, and I may still find more on the way, they're obviously not too fond of the bee house. They'd rather be in pouring rain. Hello, buddy. Nice for you to say hello. Yeah, crossing an ocean. Very strange indeed. Oh, would you look at that? Yet another one. Oh, no! No! That was so sad. Oh, so they can die in water. That's good to know. Ah, man. Alright, I'm going to need to stop them going out here, to be honest. It's not good for them. Back home, safe and sound, and I found the llama, by the way. He's up there. Just enjoying the view, I think. There is 1 fish, there is 2 fish, and 3 fish. All a little bit different. There wasn't actually too much of, or too many choices. The warm ocean biome wasn't exactly massive. But yeah, really like those 3 fish, and I can put that one back, get rid of these 2 temporary cobble blocks, and we got a nice little aquarium down there, which I think looks pretty cool, and they got a lot of room to swim around, which is quite nice. Well, not loads, but it's not like a 1x1. Before we start work on the main purpose of this base, turning the skeleton spawner into a farm, we need to find ourselves a way to get from here, through these trapdoors, to somewhere out there, because I'm getting pretty sick of climbing over these trapdoors and through this little hole every single time. Trying to build myself a way out of here with our aquarium here, basically being behind every single block I broke, was definitely a challenge. I've got it done, but I did also in the process find out a way where we can actually swim with the fishies, which is pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to come in here that often, but if I ever want to, the option is there, and then we should, in theory at least, be able to just swim on out. So yeah, there's that if I ever want to go visit them. Anyway, we can finally patch up our hole here, and I'll show you what I've done. We can also flick up our trapdoors, Ah, that's honestly quite satisfying to do. So we've got our main entrance down at the bottom here, which I think goes quite well with our big window, same block style and everything. And I'm thinking I'm going to fill this barrel here with bones, just so if I ever need just a little handful of bones, I don't have to go all the way down to the Skelly farm. I can just open this one up, grab some, and be on my way. But yeah, if we go on through, I will give a little disclaimer. Because of the aquarium, I didn't really have much room. I was incredibly limited, so it's all very cramped in here, but thankfully for me, I actually really like cramped builds when they're really confined and small. It's something that I do quite a lot anyway, so it would probably look something like this, but yeah, this one is very cramped indeed, just to let you know. So we've got this tunnel to begin with, leading through to some nice paintings on the wall. Literally any of these blocks I could break and water would just gush out of it, as well as all of my fish. So yeah, very, very tedious to do this. But then we go up the staircase, got another painting on the wall here, and then this is where we will drop down and go back up to the Skelly farm. Yet to do anything with that as of right now. And then over here we did originally have just a blank wall, but really wasn't too big of a fan of that, so instead I placed some armor stands down here that I'm gonna fill with gold, iron, and leather armor, and chain, I guess. We've got 4 armor stands in total to fill up, so once I do some skelly farming and get some of that, we can put it on all of these, which I think should look quite good. At the moment it's pretty bland, but yeah, then we've got 2 staircases either side leading up to our actual room here, which is pretty cool. So yes, very cramped indeed, but it works. That's the main thing really. And yeah, now I guess what I've got to do is actually work on the proper Skella farm? Yeah, we'll go with that. We're gonna work on the Skella farm down there. One very small detail I forgot to add in to our entranceway here for the previous clip were these 2 fence posts and brick wall on either side. Just thought I would mention it in case you thought it looked a little strange beforehand. But I have now finished our chutes going up and down to the skeleton farm. So if we just hop on down this big old drop, we end up in this very simple room. I really have not done a lot with this, and I'd like your guys' suggestions on anything cooler we can do down here. I don't really need to. It would purely be to make it look cool, but I didn't really have any good ideas, so I've just done something very basic, but we can always improve this another episode in the future. I know it's very basic, and a lot of you probably know how to make a skeleton farm for yourself. Creepy noises. I'm on the camera account, by the way. You can see me over there. But I thought I would explain my design I've used because I saw it a very, very long time ago on Reddit. Because ever since the soul sand block got introduced, there was no real easy way to get the skeletons actually into the water stream without doing it cleanly like this design is. So I mean, you can probably figure out what's going on here for yourself, but the water stream ends on this block right here in front, and then it goes to 2 fence posts, and you can see they push each other through directly into the soul sand, nice and clean. There is a little bit of a build up here, but only 2 or 3 at a time, so it won't lag or anything like that. And then they go all the way up 22 or 3, whatever blocks it is, and drop on down to right in front of me here, ready to be killed. Just like that, except there we go. That's the whole bunch of them. So I'm gonna stand here for a little while and probably just do some enchanting, try and collect all of the gear we wanted, and maybe if I'm really lucky I can get a full suit of armor here and tools and kind of get situated a little bit more. But I mean, I don't want to be here all day, but I'm gonna do a little bit of grinding nonetheless. Several hours of AFKing and enchanting later, and we have arrived at a full suit of diamond armor as well as all of my diamond tools down here. There's still lots of improvements I want to make with these. It's not perfect by any means, but for the meantime we are pretty good, and I've also got a bunch of enchanted books in this barrel here that I didn't get around to using. I was originally planning to do some more landscaping on the river that continues to run around this way a little bit, pretty much doing the same thing as what we've done already, but I think I'm going to save that for a live stream because I'm pretty much out of time for today. But on the topic of live streams, I know I said I wasn't going to schedule them, but here I am telling you I'm going to schedule my live streams. I think it's just going to work a little better that way, so from this point on, well, it should have happened last weekend as well, but from now on I'm going to be doing them every Sunday at 7 PM GMT. There's some other time zones for you. If yours isn't up there, then you can just find out on a time zone calculator depending on what region of the world you're in. But yeah, gonna stick to doing those times every week, or at least, stuck in the boat, the ones I can manage. There might be a few that I miss here and there, but I should be able to get at least one done a week. So yes, every Sunday, let's get it right when I actually say it, every Sunday 7 PM GMT. Be there or be square. Just kidding, you won't be a square, although we are playing Minecraft, so maybe being a square is a good thing, but we do have a lot of fun over on the live stream, so if you want to come hang out, my Twitch link is in the description. We are now all done with our mountainside house. As you can see, the chain armor is in place, as well as these three down here. Wasn't actually too difficult to get all of these. This stuff right here, though, was actually just my armor that I was wearing before all of the diamond stuff. So I've also made a couple of alterations down at the skeleton spawner, which I'll just show you quickly. So we have a water elevator, which goes directly into the chest upstairs, just so I didn't have to cart it all the way around. So say I want to send these bones up to the storage system, I can just do this, queue them all into there, and then they flow on up and yeah, flood into the chest. This barrel was here to begin with, I think, as well as the jukebox. Haven't used this yet, don't know if I ever will, but if I want to listen to some music, I've got Mellow High in here on standby. And then say I don't want any of these bows, I'll keep the enchanted one because I can do something like that and get a little bit of XP. We can then take them over to the right hand side here, throw them all out like that, press the button, and they sizzle in the lava that is down there. I do have to be a bit careful with ejecting the music disc though. Sometimes it just nearly flies straight into lava, but I got the trapdoor there as a precautionary measure. So all in all, I really do quite like our secondary base that we now have in this world. I think it's turned out very nicely. We've got a wonderful view as well of all the skeletons. I really do need to do a bit of landscaping outside. That looks terrible, and yeah, we're going to make this view look nice and pretty at some point in time, but we're mainly focusing on the inside today, and I think it's turned out really nicely. You guys can let me know how you think I did with this compared to, well, you don't have to compare. Everybody makes their own thing in Minecraft, right? Doesn't have to be a competition. Our fishies are still doing good, which is very nice, and yeah, I just really like it, especially for the view. And we're actually going to go to bed just so we can see the wonderful sunrise in the morning. Takes a little bit of time to shut those eyes and drift off, but eventually we wake up and we can stare out our massive window here at the wonderful sunrise. I wish it was a little bit lower to begin with, but beggars can't be choosers, right? Maybe I can just one day wait and watch the sunrise from the very bottom. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's episode. I really hope you did enjoy watching, and I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for just all the support I consistently receive on my videos. I seriously do appreciate it. I'm having so much fun with this whole YouTube thing at the moment. I am very, very grateful for you all. But thank you for watching the episode. As I said, I hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.